Wow, that was fun. All right, guys, let me introduce the 2026 GMC 1500 Elevation with the longer box, which is 6.6 box. And let me talk about a few features that this truck has to offer in the 2026 model and how much of a price increase that has happened, so I can talk to you about and build some value if you should buy this truck or not. Now, first off, let's just talk about this beautiful onyx color. Onyx black is the color. They have introduced so many different colors like the thunderstorm gray, you have the cardinal red, volcanic red, all those colors, but this has to be the iconic color that looks and blends with every single person that is out there. You may hate it or love it black, but you know what? This is still the signature vehicle, and with the nice color there too. Right, and you have the beautiful looking fob, which has been standard for quite some time. And let's just talk about the front end. You have the nice beautiful looking grille, as you can see. You have the air vents at the back that are covering up your engine. Make sure your engine stays warm enough every time you start or stop the vehicle. You have the red GMC logo at the front end, which you can have it blacked out from the factory, or you can do like $300 to $400 upgrade from your local dealer as well. With the Elevation, the one thing is clear: if you're somebody who do not like chrome at all and you're not into the GMC Denali at all, this has to be the truck that you're gonna love the most. You have the nice looking LED lights, you have the two projector lamps that are two stacks, GMC written right in between, you have the Sierra written right over here, you have the functional vent right here for aerodynamics, and you have the fog lamps underneath here too. You do have the recovery hooks, you have the block heater pocket right up front, so instead of a wire hanging out of your hood, you have it down below, which looks really cool too. You have the 20 inches all-terrain tires from Bridgestone, as you can see, and you have the 20 inches blacked out aluminum wheels with the disc brakes at the back. For shocks, this specific truck has Rancho shocks, and you have X31 off-road package, which means along with the X31 package, you'll have the blacked out running board that matches the whole aesthetics of the truck. You will have skid plate right underneath the vehicle engine, so it can protect your engine from any kind of rocks or any kind of a damage that you can possibly cause to your truck while going on a country roads. And of course, you have the 5.3 V8, which I'm going to get into in a second. Now, the weight of this vehicle is 4,600 pounds as it is right now. So it is a crew cab, so your back door is longer, and you have a 6.6 box. The total length of this truck is 231 inches, which out of that is 6.6 feet, which is roughly about 79 inches as just the box. You can also have it for the short box too, or you can have a double cab, which is a smaller rear door, and you can have the similar box size as well. Now, at the back and at the front, you also have the acoustic liners that dampens a lot of road noise that can possibly be caused by your tires, right? So GM is very thoughtful in however they do these things, right? And you have your locking differential at the back right there. So if your one tire is on ice, another one is on regular ground, the tire, the whole mechanism is going to follow the tire which is on the regular ground, right? And of course, X31 off-road package badge right there. Dual set of exhaust right there, towing package, no backup sensors, but you do have a backup camera right here with the backup light as well. You can press this button to open up your tailgate, and here is a disappointing part. You do not have a bed liner from the factory. You will be even more disappointed when I'm going to talk about the price increase and the price that this truck has. But you do have 120 volt port right there, and in case you want to jump into the vehicle, even when your tailgate is down, you can use the side step, jump inside as well. You have these little two pockets right here that you can use to put down your drinks or coffee, whatever you have. And you have tie down rings in each and every corner. 3 right here, 3 over there, 3 there, and 3 here. And you can put additional tie downs in between as well. Now, there is no rear sliding window as well for this price, which I'm going to talk to you. Let's get into it. Let me tell you something. This truck, brand new right now, is selling in Canada for roughly $79,000 for 2026 model. I've been selling GM for quite some time. It's been about 3.5 years ever since I've been selling GMC and Chevy. I'm going to give you a really unbiased opinion. When I started selling it in mid of 2022, that's when the new body style came in, which you see it right behind my back there. I sold this truck, exact same truck, for $72,000. Just do the math. 3.5 years, $7,000 price increase, roughly. No bed liner, no rear slider, no leather seats. Yes, that's gonna come right after I am finished talking about this. Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this price increase? That I know inflation is crazy, but vehicle inflation is happening and it's real as well. And the previous body style that was not as pretty looking as this one was, that truck, brand new, exact same spec, sold in 2020 for around $65,000, $66,000. Let me know what you think. All right. Now under the hood, in this specific one, you get this 5.3 V8 engine that's putting out 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque, which is connected to 10-speed transmission. Now, with the Elevation package, you do get a 2.7 turbocharged engine, which is just 4-cylinder, putting out 310 horsepower and roughly 430 pound-feet of torque. The same engine that they have been using into the Cadillac CT4V, as well as into the Canyon or a Colorado package as well. You also have an option to choose a 3-liter diesel, inline 6 3-liter turbo diesel, which is also connected to a 10-speed transmission that has the best fuel economy. This one is going to give you roughly around 13 liters per 100 kilometers, at least what I have seen in the last 200 kilometers that I've been driving. But let me know your thoughts. Which one would you choose? Diesel is definitely crazy. That's where you can at least have about 7 to 8 liters per 100 kilometers, depending how you drive. Let me just start by talking about the passenger side seat, because this is what you get right on here. You have the cloth seats right here, no power seats or no power lumbar or the bottom piece right here. No Bose stereo system in this specific one, but you do have real wood all around here with the aluminum plating. And that's the same thing that you're gonna get on this one. Power locks, power windows, all that stuff is there. There is also no signal for your blind spots. That's another thing that you're gonna get in this specific one for $79,000. You have space right here. If you'll press this button, you have more storage right here. You do have an option to choose a console, which is a bucket seats, console shifter where you can fit only 5 people in the truck, or you can also choose a 6-seater where you have a flip-up box in the middle, shifter is on the side. Those are the two options. That option is only gonna cost you about $600 to $700 less as compared to this one. One more thing I'm going to point out before I get into the driver's seat here, you do have your keyless entry at the front, but no keyless entry at the back. That is same across all the way to the Denali or a Denali Ultimate package as well, which I have no clue why GM did that. It just looks stupid in my opinion. But you do have power seats at the front side for your driver's side. Cloth seats still. You have power lock option, all that kind of stuff. Your power operated mirrors there. You do have your automatic 4x4, as you can see. You have the light controls, all that stuff too. Now getting inside here, this is how the whole dash looks like. It definitely looks great. You have the GMC logo right here. If you get a different package like a Denali, that's when you're gonna have a Denali written, but any other package, you're gonna have a GMC written only. Now talking about the fuel economy, I'm gonna touch on that. I've been driving for the last 188 kilometers, and in those kilometers, I have about 14.1 kilometers 14.1 liters per 100 kilometers of average there, right? Which is not too crazy. 91 liter tanks, just so you know. No heads-up display in this specific one. There is no holder where you can put your glasses in, so I store my glasses right here. There is no sunroof in this specific one either. But you do have a towing package right here where you can tow about 9,000 pounds. You have a big touchscreen, which is eventually getting back to normal. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is all wireless, and you do have inbuilt Google as well. And right here you still have all these buttons for your lane assist, your auto shut off, tailgate opener, hill descent, and all that stuff, and you have all the functionality for your climate control system too, where you do have heated seats as well. 10-speed transmission system right here, and you do have your cup holders, all that extra space, wireless charging, and more storage right here too. Now let's get back to the back seat so I can show you how much of a space it's packing. Just so you know, remember this, the way I sit right here is the way I drive. I'm 6'2", 230 pounds, and if I'll go at the back, I do have plenty of space right here. My knees are not really touching. I can still fit 2 people right here too. I have the USB-C port, flat bottom right here. No all-weather floor mats, but that's okay. And you do have your rear storage right here. And if you lift this up, that's where you have your fuel funnel if you're going off-roading or way away from your gas station. And you do have your block heater cord as well, and your bottle jack, and all of the tools are just on the other side there. So this is how it looks like. And now let's just go for a quick drive so I can show it to you how this truck will be handling on the highway. All right, before we get started, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach to 10,000 subscribers in next 30 days, and I need all of you guys' support. And now let me just talk about the whole driving experience with this vehicle here. Let me tell you that it's actually really good. Just like any other body styles that GM has launched in the last few years, I would say this is by far the best looking one and best technology one too. but obviously they need to change the body style eventually. I hope they do that in 2027. There is a little bit of a news, but let's just see how that comes around. But let's just touch upon on certain things that everybody really need to be aware of. First off, just the overall vision, right, all around here. Is there any blind spots? There are not crazy amount of blind spot, but this portion definitely right here can cause you problems if you have longer legs and you're sitting far back. But other than that, it's pretty decent overall, unless you have crazy amount of tints that you are having hard time seeing anything outside. Noise cancellation, due to the acoustic liners that you see it in the wheel wells, which I talked about, and these little mics right here, the vehicle is going to be really soundproof. These are actually your noise cancellation mics that basically works like your Apple earbuds or your Samsung earbuds as well. It cancels out all the noise with the help of your speakers there. Now, the comfort. The comfort is the big thing. The Rancher shocks, they are not the most comfortable shocks out there when you really compare it with the market standards there. They're okay, they're great so far from what I've seen, but I have seen better shocks. For example, Ford has Fox shocks. There is a little bit of a cost associated to it, but if GM will have Fox shocks in this truck, I have a feeling that it's going to be really good actually. Those shocks, or maybe Bilsteins. I don't know. Some of you guys have been buying trucks for quite a lot longer than I have been. So let me know your thoughts. In your Ford or in your Ram, if you have Bilsteins or your Fox, how's your experience? Let me know. Talking about the overall comfort, seats as usual, they are not the softest ones on the market, but they are good enough that you don't have any back problems as such. The headrest, that's what I'm talking about. The headrest could be definitely improved. Ford has their headrest movements as well. It moves forward and backwards. I feel like the way I'm sitting, I really need to put my head all the way back in order for me to keep my neck straight enough, right? Or I'm just a little bit hunchback. I don't know if it's just me or is it other people who have felt the same thing too. We'd love to hear your thoughts. As I said, I'm still trying to understand what the whole market is feeling about this truck. Right now, let's test some power. It's definitely in the rear wheel drive right now, and let's just see how all the 355 horses handles here. So far, going over some bumps on this little construction new road that needs some adjustment in Edmonton. That's what we had, guys. If you're watching from States, we don't have the best roads, by the way. So on this road, the truck has a really good handling overall. Now, as soon as I turn right, I'm going to try to accelerate a little bit. Let's just see how the truck goes. All right, I'm just going to quickly put this vehicle into traction control off, press on the gas. Oh, wow. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Had a little tire spin there. It was cool. Definitely. I hope there is no cop behind me. They'll definitely see some slight burnout mark there. When you're in two-wheel drive and traction control is off, it's definitely fun. Let's just put it into the manual mode, which is your paddle shifters there. Oh, way down. There you go. Truck definitely goes. The max RPM you can rev it up to is actually 6,000 RPM. But right around the 3,500, that's where you can achieve the maximum speed, which is pretty neat, actually. Wow. The truck actually goes. That's a fun part. All right. Looks like this road is closed, so we'll try to take a quick detour here. Not a problem. Shifting is really smooth. 10 speed is really commendable, I'll have to say. By the way, just so you know, if you'll drive a 3-liter diesel engine, which is inline 6 3-liter diesel turbo, you're not going to have the same amount of acceleration, but you will have 495 pound-feet of torque, which is definitely commendable there, right? And the 4x4 system that GM is offering, it's auto 4x4. So if you put it in auto, if you stay in rear-wheel drive and there's a slippage of, let's say 15 RPM from rear to front wheels, your tires are going to kick in. The front wheels are going to kick in and provide you the best comfort possible there, so you're able to get out of any sort of 4x4 situations there. Wow. Heated steering wheel, however, I would say it's really doing its job, but if you'll keep your hands on tight on the heated steering wheel, I have a feeling after 1 minute it's gonna get a little uncomfortable depending on who you are and how strong your tolerance is. But that's just my thoughts there. But with that, we are done. Let me know how you feel about this vehicle. They would love to hear your thoughts. And please, on the way out, do not forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions for me, please ask away. And if there is a vehicle you want me to review, please let me know. I will love to go out of my way and find that vehicle for you guys. With that, we are done. Can't wait to see you in the next video. You have a wonderful day.